So into our previous video, we have seen why we are moving into your Azure, right? So here I'm going to show you what are the products and services are provided by your Azure. So I'm going to talk about some popular services into your Azure. So your services which is provided by Azure, as we know, we service is your infrastructure services we provide your software services, we provide your platform services, and they have a different nomenclature over here. So if I'm going to talk about the very first service, that is compute services. Compute services are nothing but they provide you a virtual environment of your infrastructures where you can get access to the infrastructure, you can create your own infrastructure and you can manage them. Next we have that is storage. Now here you can create your different storage for storing your data. You can deploy this particular storage even to your compute environment, or you can provide a direct access to the storage to your end users to store this data. Next we also have the service called as migration. Now migration service is very popular nowadays. As we know, previously we used to use our own infrastructure. Now if I want to migrate my complete infrastructure and the complete set of services to the cloud, so we can migrate it by using the service called as migration, so that we can migrate our physical infrastructure to the cloud infrastructure. Next we have that is database. So as we know, we generally create a database of your users, your resources, your inventory, everything into your office. These resources can also be managed, or this particular inventory can also be created into your databases which can be maintained on your cloud by using your database services into your cloud. Next we have that is analytics. The analytics is used for analyzing the logs, analyzing the resources used in different regions, into different compute environment, into different resources, into different users. So everything whatever generally you are using into your system will be logged and you will be having a metric logs on it. You can analyze which are the resources used much and which are the reasons are using your resources much and what is the cost of it by using your analytics reports into your cloud computing. Next we have that is networking. Now again, we know we have different gateways, we have different networks generally we create for connecting to your computer, the infrastructure we have. So here we have a networking where we can create our own infrastructure, we can line up our server as we require, we can connect our switches, our routers, which will be a complete virtual infrastructure you will be having, and you will be using this particular infrastructure and connecting this infrastructure by your Azure networkings. Next we have that is security and identity. As we know, we have different services like your compute, storage, where we are going to create our infrastructure, where we are going to store our huge amount of data. So obviously we will require a security. So security can be provided by using your firewalls, by using some set of policies, which is again provided by your cloud computing provider. Also it provides you an identity management where you can authorize a certain user to get access to your storages, your infrastructure or any services. So this particular identity which we generally you create for a certain user can be created and managed by your identity management services into your cloud. Next we have messaging. Now messaging is again very important tool we know. If you have any different changes into your storage, cloud computing or scaling servers, every notification will be sent to you or your end users. So any changes made should be notified. These notifications can be again provided to your end users or the administrator by using this messaging services. So this particular messaging services you just need to enable and this particular messaging service will work automatically for you. Next we have that is developer tools. As discussed, your developer will require huge number of tools, huge number of platforms to develop their own particular software or applications. This development tool will provide you this service so that they can use this particular development tool just by a clicks. So there are again many more particular service and products we have into your Azure.